we can get started. I don't want to delay too long because we have a fantastic keynote this morning that I think we all want to hear. But we do have some opening material to share with you. So the first thing is welcome to RecSys. We're really happy you're here. I'm also just personally amazed at how many people decided to attend in person. And I want to thank you from what I've seen today and what I saw yesterday. People are being so respectful with wearing the masks, and I appreciate that so much because, you know, there are a number of people here who may have immune compromised systems or who maybe can't choose to be here and don't want to really make it dangerous for them. And so we really appreciate everybody being consistent and careful about wearing your masks, etc. So thank you very much. So today, I just wanted to talk about RecSys a little bit before we get started. So we're here to share and learn and connect. That's the whole purpose of a conference. And just to give you a little bit of a background here. So this is the number of attendees this year. So we have a record 1,200 attendees, of which we have 736 people attending in person, which is more than we ever had even before the pandemic. So this is really just an amazing number of people. And you know, the virtual attendees are almost what the in-person attendee was before. So clearly the virtual option is bringing RecSys to a lot more people than would have attended before. So that's exciting. In terms of the distribution of countries, there is a little bit of a skew. So the United States is about half of the attendees, but it is, you can see, all over the world, so people are here from everywhere. Just as a brief breakdown, so this is, just wanted to call out a couple of things. One is that you can see that countries like Italy and Austria and Belgium and Ireland have really have about 50% students attending. So that 50% of their delegates are students. So that's wonderful because that is really a lot of support for people who are starting their careers. And then in terms of the percentage of remote folks, we can see that there are some countries like China where there's a large number of remote people for visa reasons, for other travel reasons, and Japan as well. And so having that virtual option is really opening up a whole area for them that they might not have been able to attend at all. And so now that they can attend, they can present their papers, and this is really a great opportunity. So I want to thank those folks who've made the effort to attend virtually in an inconvenient time zone. So we have an agenda today. I wanted to first give a big thanks, then we have reports from the program and industry chairs. We'll have the Best Paper and Best Student Paper Awards now. We'll have the Demo and Challenge Awards at the closing ceremony. And then there's a couple things to know before we start the session. So today, today presenting are the general chairs, myself, Jen Goldbeck, and Max Harper in absentia. And there are the program chairs, Michael Ekstrand and Bracha Shapira, and then also the Industry Day co-chairs, Evan, Keld, and Justin. I wanted to call out a big thank you to Max Harper. He did so much of the heavy lifting in preparing this conference, and unfortunately he's not able to be here. But I just wanted to give just a quick round of applause for Max in particular. Because he was really on point with everything and very quick to answer emails and really very engaged. So we're sorry that he's not here, so he's in our thoughts. He is still alive. I didn't want to suggest that he's not. These are all the folks. You can't see them and read their names. They're on the website. But these are all the folks that made this happen. A conference like this does not happen by one or two people organizing a conference. It's a whole community that organizes a conference. So these are the people that led the committees. But there are, of course, many, many volunteers in addition to those folks. In particular, I want to thank the student volunteers. You'll know them because they're wearing turquoise shirts. You can go to them for help, but also they've just done a tremendous amount of work to make, you know, sort of the backbone of the conference, stuffing bags, running the sessions, helping people with various things. And also a big shout out to executive events who have been just indispensable. This conference could not be organized without them, and they just did just a remarkable job of keeping everything going and staying on point. Also, we had a record number of sponsors this year, just a tremendous amount of support from industry. And I just want to call out those, you know, the diamond sponsors, Huawei and Home Depot, but there are many others, the platinum ones, Wayfair, Amazon, and BCG, and Indeed, and Expedia. They have a tremendous swag game. So, if you're in need of umbrellas or coffee cups or stickers, they're all in Ballroom A and in the entry hall. So please stop by and check out what they have and talk to them about their programs. Many great companies here hiring and have interesting work to do in recommender systems. So that's it. So I'm going to turn this over now to Bracha and Michael.
Hello, I'm Michael.
I'm Bracha, and we are the program chair this year. It's really exciting to see so many people in person, and also we welcome the people online, and we really wish you an enjoyable conference.
We want to start by giving a big thank you to everyone who took part in the process of making this conference and making the technical program happen. The various chairs organizing things, the industry chairs and the reproducibility chairs for collaborating on putting together the sequence of talks that you're going to have, and all of our reviewers in the senior and regular program committees, the best paper selection committee, the authors for contributing their work and sharing it with us this week. So a very large thank you to everyone who came together to make this possible.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. For the research track, we have each paper reviewed by one senior PC, three regular PCs, and one meta review. So we had at least for each paper at least three diverse opinions, and also one experienced reviewer. The program committee comes from industry and academia, and this year we really enlarged the pool of reviewers with new, highly qualified young researchers.
And this year we had 242 complete papers submitted, of which more than half were student papers. So we're continuing the strong tradition at RecSys of lots of graduate students presenting their research here. And we have 39 accepted technical papers this year, of which 24 are student papers. Pay attention to those throughout the week for an acceptance rate of 16.1%. Algorithms continues to be a very popular topic here. Papers do show into more than one category, so the number is not going to sum up to the total, but we do have a number of papers that are on various other aspects of recommendation, from application to user experience and user interface design, and the social and economic impact of the systems that we're here to study.
Just want to say, virtually they can't hear as well, so we'd like to use this
Okay.
instead.
Okay, can you hear me now? Sorry. So wanted to quickly show you the distribution of the number of authors on papers. We have them up here, both of the accepted and of everything that was submitted. So collaboration pays off, and a lot of the work, all of the work presented this year at RecSys is a collaboration of at least two people.
Okay, we want to prize a list of reviewers that stand out and really provided exceptional, very detailed, and helpful reviews. It's really interesting to see that some of the names just come up every year, and we really, really want to thank this reviewer for the great contribution to the scientific work.
So 3 of the papers you're going to see presented this year are from the reproducibility track. And these are papers that are looking at taking stock of research that's already been done, evaluating it in new contexts, et cetera. And you're going to see reproducibility work on more modern technologies such as BERT, one on the implicit feedback ALS algorithm, and also work on graph neural networks. And these are going to be in the sessions integrated with the industry and the research program talks. And also in the poster session, you will find 13 papers of late-breaking results. These will be in the posters on Wednesday. Each day has a different set of posters, so on Wednesday you'll be able to see these late-breaking results organized by the LBR chairs, Ludovico Barato and Peggy Kuki.
So now, as Vanessa said, we're going to announce the Best Paper Awards. So first we want to thank the Best Paper Award Committee that was chaired by Guy Shani. And please, the awardees, please meet us at the podium. We're not going to call you now to the stage, but we give you the certificates right after the keynote. We have student best papers and non-student best papers, and for which we have a runner-up and a best paper. We had a list of some best paper finalists. We have 4 students paper finalists and 3 non-student best paper finalists. Michael, do you want to call the student best papers now?
Yes, so we'll start with the runner-up for Best Student Paper, which is Modeling Two-Way Selection Preference for Person Job Fit by Chen Yang, Yupeng Hu, Yang Song, Tao Zhang, Jiran Wang, and Wayne Zinzhao. And this paper, the committee appreciated how this paper took the idea of reciprocal recommendation from dating recommendation and then imported it over into the job recommendation setting to jointly model the match between the job applicant and the job opportunity, and that this is a very nice blending of ideas across different domains. And now we will go to the Best Paper Award. Make sure you're back right after the break on time because we are starting out, go ahead, next slide. We are starting out the conference with the Best Student Paper. Exploring the longitudinal effects of nudging on users' music genre exploration behavior and listening preferences by Yu Liang and Martijn Willemsen. And this paper goes beyond the, yes, please, a round of applause for the winners. This paper goes beyond the short-term effects or the immediate effects that we often study when we're looking at how recommendations affect people to understand how recommendations have a long-term impact on the music that users are listening to. And the committee thought that it's going to have a significant lasting impact in how we understand the impact of recommender systems. So congratulations to you and Martijn.
Okay, and now to the non-student based papers. So for the runner-up, we have radio, rank award divergence metric to measure normative diversity in news recommendations by Sen Wijnhoek, Gabriel Benedict, Matteo Guterres, Dan Ogic, and Martin de Reke, another Netherlands paper. The paper actually combines ideas from social science and quantify them into very interesting diversity measures for the diversity of news recommendation. And the committee thought that it's a very interesting idea to blend social science and computational algorithms. And the best paper award this year goes to people from the Visa Research. The paper is Denoising Self-Attentive Sequential Recommendation by Yuan Chen, Yusan Lin, Mengai Pan, Lan Wang, Qin Chia Michael Ye, Xiaoqiong Li, Yan Zheng, and Fai Wang, and Hao Yang from Visa Research at United States. This paper contributes to the very popular sequential recommendation domain, and it actually proposes very nice improvements to transformers and provides a very practical and effective algorithms that considers short-term and long-term preference of the user. So this actually concludes our presentation.
Thank you, and enjoy the conference.
Perfect. So now I have the pleasure of introducing some of the industry talks, and we're not going to be quite as long, but I'm excited to share. We had a record number of submissions again this year. So last year I was an industry chair, and we saw a 75% increase in submissions. This year again a 50% increase. So recommender systems are becoming an incredibly hot topic, and it's awesome to see industry bringing their ideas to the conference and sharing. There's a lot of amazing things that are being done across the space, and when we share as a community and provide each other with ideas, I think we all grow, and I'm excited to see that happening again. We had 52 submissions this year. Of those, we accepted 15 as industry talks, and Justin's going to talk about those. And then we also accepted 15 is industry poster sessions. The industry poster session will happen on Tuesday in 2 separate tracks. So please come on Tuesday to check out the industry posters and talk with those authors.
So yeah, we have a lot of really great talks lined up as part of the main track of the conference. So it starts off in the user modeling session. We'll have talks from Shutterstock and Booking.com. And then also today from the domain-specific session, we'll have talks from Zalando, Pinterest, and ZDF. Tomorrow we'll have in the fairness and privacy session, talks from Seek and Spotify, and then Uber in the diversity and novelty session, and Meta in the models and learning session as well. And then on Thursday, on Wednesday, on the session interaction session, we'll have Wayfair and Netflix, and the large-scale recommendation session, we'll have talks from Spotify, NVIDIA, Outbrain, and Peloton. So really excited for all these contributions, and I hope you'll enjoy them as well.
Thanks, everybody. Okay, so some things to know. Before I get to the hub, I stepped off the stage. Some of you came in after we started and got in with your coffee. Just a reminder that there's no food or drinks allowed on the conference floor at all. Don't show up with your coffee. If you are on the second floor, you have to have your mask on all the time. We're not gonna confiscate your personal water bottles, but you can't be drinking when you're in here. Thanks. Okay, so stuff to know about the conference. First is the RecSys Hub. You all are obviously here in person. This is both a place that we have a way that you can connect virtually to the conference, but also lots of other conference information. In addition, there's some sessions and papers that are being presented virtually that you may want to attend from someplace else, like if you're in your hotel room or you oversleep or something. So you all have access to the virtual hub as well. You can get copies of a lot of the presentations. All the papers and posters are linked from there, and those are going to be online for the rest of the year. So there's a lot of access to information that you'll be able to get to through the hub even after the conference ends. You'll be interested in the Join the Conversation. This is a kind of an asynchronous discussion that's set up along with each paper, so it's a way to kind of connect with people there as well. And really important, you can access Slido, and this is how you're going to ask questions during the presentations. So this is a way that the virtual attendees, which are about a third, maybe more, are going to be asking their questions, and we want you to put your questions in Slido as well, even if you're attending a session in person. If you need help during the conference, like Vanessa said, you can look for the student volunteers in the turquoise shirts. You can go to the registration desk, which is straight across where you picked up your badges. And you can also go into the RecSys Hub, and if you look down in the bottom corner, there's a little chat feature, and that's a way that you can talk to all of us to get help if you have any issues. Okay, so COVID-19, I sort of said this when I started. Thank you, everybody. We spent a lot of anxiety trying to come up with a policy that would keep everyone safe, including me. I'm vulnerable if I get sick, so I appreciate you all wearing your masks. Like I said, no food or drink on the conference floor. We'll generally stop you if you forget and come in, but there's going to be a lot of us, including me, roaming around to remind you if you forget. If you do start feeling sick, let us know. Please stay in your room. Do not come down here if you don't feel good. You can send an email to the general chairs. We're general22@recsys.acm.org. That'll just go to me, Vanessa, and Max. We will bring you a rapid COVID test to your room, and we can talk to you about what comes next. But if you have any hint of symptoms that you're feeling bad, just let us know, and we'll help you figure out what's going on as best we can. Okay, so conference breaks. We have posters, demos. You can visit the sponsors. I also was in the room and very impressed by the swag. And there's a lot of super nice people to talk to there. So our breaks are 30 minutes in the morning and the afternoon. Because we have a no beverages policy on the floor, we're not serving coffee, but you're in Seattle, so why would you want hotel coffee when you have access to some of the best coffee in the US? There's a coffee map in your bags. There's also extra copies at registration if you need them, curated by Vanessa, who knows a lot about coffee here in Seattle. And there's like a dozen places within a 5-minute walk, basically, of the hotel. Lots of places that are really close. 30 30 places. Okay, 30 places. We made Vanessa not put it on the sheet, but if you're like, I really want some pour-over coffee, or I want this, like, you can talk to her because she knows like all of the best places to go. So if you do want to go to Starbucks and like be that kind of Seattle traditionalist, there's like a dozen, including one downstairs, but you don't have to go to the one that's in the hotel, which likely will get crowded. There's lots of them, and they're also marked on your map. And there's a coffee map on the website for the conference. In addition to that, at the end of every day, we have snack bags. So there's going to be a little buffet of grab-and-go snacks that you can bring with you. That's going to be set up out in the hallway, so you can have snacks to have at night. There will be some breakfast items in there. In addition, from our Diamond sponsors, we have special little snack presents. Those are going to be at registration. So that's where you picked up your badge. So basically, grab your little brown bag, get whatever snacks you want at the end of the day, and then you can go over to registration and get one extra one over there. Tonight, the thing I am most excited about outside of like the actual content of the conference, we're having our reception at the Seattle Aquarium. We have rented out the entire aquarium. It's just going to be us there. We'll have access to all the exhibits. For those of you who want to stay outside, who don't want to be in with the group, we also have the whole pier space outside. There's going to be drinks. There's a lot of food stations. I know I insisted on the street taco station, but there's 5 or 6 of them, past hors d'oeuvres. Lots and lots of vegetarian options because at least 2/3 of the general chairs are vegetarian, but there's plenty of meat there too for those of you who want that. So the reception starts at 7. If you walk yourself, just go out the hotel onto Pike Street and walk towards the water until it ends, and you will be at the aquarium. So it's really a straight line, but we're also going to meet here at 6:30 as a group to walk over. So you're welcome to walk over with the group at that point. We have 2 really exciting keynotes, Morna Mon and Catherine D'Ignazio. Moore is going to talk today. Catherine's going to talk tomorrow. Catherine will be presenting virtually, and we'll also have a virtual AMA for her. That's on your schedule, and so you'll be able to join after the keynote and do some questions as well. With that, I'm going to hand it back to Vanessa to introduce the keynote.